So my hubby and I was like, oh my god, like, you know, we're trying to think of like a business name. And we're like, Doris definitely doesn't sound good, you know. Because we wanted to like use, you know, my name for the business. And we were like, DA doesn't sound good, you know. So he thought of it. He was like, let's pluralize it and create DA.
Oh, so it's like DA's hair bar.
Yes.
Oh, exactly. The spelling is just very clever.
Exactly. That to DAs on the go. I was doing mobile services. Before I was just doing.
Oh, you were traveling doing hair.
Before I opened the salon for 3 years. Like I was traveling, and it was cool. It was so convenient for the client because it felt like, you know, they had a personal style.
Right.
I kept it very, very professional, and I was like, it's not what you do, it's how you do it, you know. I went to a company in Hartford, had 1,000 brochures printed. And when I tell you I was grinding, girl, I was everywhere. I was at concerts, I was at malls, I was everywhere. I was at every hair store you could think of in Connecticut.
Wow.
Hand to hand, foot on foot, handing out brochures. Yeah, I didn't stop, like, and that's how I built my, you know, clientele that I have now. Actually, you know, most of my clients, they remember, they're like, oh my God, like, you know, you used to talk about your fantasy or dream salon and how you're gonna run it, and oh my, like, you know, they're just so proud, and they're like, I can't believe you actually did it. Because they're like, yeah, you know, they remember me coming into their homes and, you know, just rain, sleet, or snow, DA's was on the go. Yep, and even that, like, that's actually, you know, that was the experience that kind of helped me to be professional in customer service and be punctual, you know, and on time. Oh my God, and that's another thing, like, I don't want to get too deep into, like, clothing, but there's so many cool ideas I have for, like, clothing, you know, that's just all about empowering women and a part of the whole snob movement.
Right.
Like, there's a saying that I say, chin up. You know, keep your chin up and, you know, never let your crown fall. Like, that's just so many cool ones that I have, like, oh my God.
What I like about snob is that it's touchy enough that people don't really understand what it means, but they'll want to be nosy enough to figure out what does that mean.
Absolutely, yes. So, I just want to get, like, especially a lot of Connecticut women, you know, on the whole snob movement, and of course the product of snob is you know, the virgin hair, but more than that, you know, it's an internal characteristic and trait that, you know, I'm trying to promote and put out there, like, to be confident, let that alter ego out, you know, and don't feel like ashamed to do it, you know. And it's to be fabulous too. Like, I think fabulosity has no age, you know. And I think image is so important, you know.
Image is very important. Your image is who you are.
Yes, and from there,
it never used to be that important to me, but once you experience, like, getting up out of the chair feeling like $1 million, you don't want it any other way.
Right? Like, you love that feeling. Yeah, because, like, me as a teenager, you know, I struggled with self-image, self-love, and just knowing who I was, you know, like, who am I, and what makes me beautiful, and, you know, just finding those internal, like, attributes about myself. And I feel like doing hair and putting my focus and creativity into hair, like, allowed me to express who I was.
Yeah.
Just, you know, that inner, like, I don't know, it was something inside that I was, like, burning, like, who are you, you know? Like, where do you fit, where do you belong? I mean, what I would say that I really walked away with from Paul Mitchell was, like, definitely color techniques, the theory of cutting and color, like, so I definitely walked away with that, as well as professionalism, work ethic, you know, just all those other attributes that isn't necessarily doing here, but has a great influence on, you know, how you run your business and your establishment, and also how you position yourself to be viewed, you know, as a stylist. stylist. So I definitely took advantage of continued educational classes outside, you know, of Paul Mitchell, going to different hair shows, meeting different celebrity or platform artists, you know, in the industry. And I invested a pretty good penny, you know, in the techniques that I've learned with hair, and you know, my next venture would be, you know, my own product line, as well as teaching educational classes. It's more than like educational hands-on classes for weaving and, you know, hair. I actually want to teach etiquette classes.
Nice.
You know, more in the snob realms of, you know, teaching young girls and young women to be confident and love themselves, and, you know, just know appropriate relationships, and, you know, how to interact with opposite sexes. And just, you know, I think those are life lessons that young girls really just really hope that, you know, my biggest goal with the whole snob movement is just to like empower women to, you know, feel beautiful, feel sexy, feel confident, and carry themselves in a classy manner to show that they are, you know, invested in their in who they are and their self-worth. And it's a lifestyle, you know, it's like embracing, you know, just who you are, and, you know, being confident about your attributes to life, and, you know, who you are as a person, and just more so for women, being classy and always being on your best snob behavior.
So what's your goal for the salon?
My goal for this salon right now is just to build a solid team, you know, of stylists that are experienced and just really passionate about what they do. And my goal for this year, I'm actually working on my own professional product line for African American hair and virgin hair. Those are like, you know, my short-term goals. So I really do thank you, you know, for coming in today and just getting the experience. I call it the DA's difference.
Oh, the DA's difference. I like that.
Thank you. I was trying to do that. Okay, we are all set.
I love it. You shake it for the camera.
So, like, I like to call myself a visionary. Like, I definitely, you know, see beautiful outcomes and, you know, situations and different things.